Okay, so in this chapter, we will talk about the loop. Okay, it's also called the repetition structure. So the first loop we're trying to talk about is a while loop. Sometimes we call this condition controlled loop or event controlled loop. So for the while loop, it's very important you need to know is condition is true, we'll get into the loop block. Okay, so there are basically two parts. The first part, we're trying to test whether condition is written true or false. Second is repeated as long as condition is true. All right, so this is the flow chart. So basically, we will test the condition. If condition is true, we get into the statements again. In this statement, it's very important part when the update the condition, right? I will demonstrate it later. So once you update, you check the condition again. If it's true, we keep continuing the statement. Otherwise, we'll jump out of the loop, right? So let's try several examples. Now, for example, so it's very important right here. We follow this syntax. Okay, so when you type while, we have a condition, right? So let's do something. For example, I want to do count down from 10 to 1. Okay, so I just say count from 10. So, while I'm trying to make it true first. So count should be less than 11. So 10 is less than 11. That is true, right? Then we have a colon. Then we try to print out. This print out we're trying to do is count. So currently the count is 10. 10 is less than 11, which is true. Then we get into the block and the print out the current value of the count, which is 10. Then when trying to update, which is count, is equal, is assigned with count minus 1. Then there you go. We're trying to see what is will happen. Right. So this is a very good example to show here. So when we see here, if it's 10 and 10 is less than 11, so would it be true, right? And print out 10, then we update to 10 to the 9 because 10 minus 1 would be 9 and the 9 and the 9, right? So the problem is right here. If this condition never get into the true, which will make them into infinite loop. So it's very important you know we're trying to avoid the infinite loop. Okay, so how to do that? So we can try again. We can do something like this. So we're trying to count down. How about we do this? We make to here and 0. If we make it into the 0, 10 is greater than 0, which is true, and print out the 10, and 10 minus 1 would be 9. And we go back to check the condition. Would it be 9 greater than 10, which is true? We print out 9, then we try to minus until we have 1. 1 is greater than 0, and print 1. And 1 minus 1 would be 0. 0 greater than 10, a 0 would be false. If it's false, we can trying to do is print out count down finished. Right, let's try again. Great. So 10, 9, 1, countdown. So this is simple one, but it's very important. We talk about how you set up the syntax, how you set up a condition, how to avoid the infinite loop. All right. So another one example, we can try to ask a user to input. So for example, right here, we say user input. We make it this is empty. There's nothing there. Then we're using a while input. We say if it's not equal to quit, we keep asking user to type. Okay, so we say input. We're using a method that we talk about in chapter 2. We say type anything or quit to stop. Now we print out anything, just the people input. We can say you type user input. Now let's try this one. Type anything or stop. Okay, hello. You type hello. Hello, Jen. Right. So now I try to quit the loop. I can do is quit. Just the quit. We can make this one obviously. We can try to print out of this sprock. We say you just jump out of the loop. Now we can try again. So hello, then see you later. Right? Now we can try to quit. You just jump out of the loop. Right?